Welcome to the do-it-yourself exercise where you can test your knowledge on show values as calculation. Try to do the exercises on your own and then of course check together with me. The first one, show percentage change over the year 2011 on a line chart for regions. This is what we need to reach in here. So let's try by placing the order date on rows and keeping just the years in there. Then placing sales on the values shelf. And right now, let's create a line chart that will show us the visualization of the pivot chart. We would like to treat the year 2011 as a base, and we need to compare 2012 to 2011, 2013 to 2011, and so on. So this is our base. This is our new 100%. How to do it? Show values as % of the year 2011, which is new base item. After hitting OK, you will see that 2011 is always my starting point, and then the next ones are growing. If we analyze this by regions, you will see that there are a lot of regions that stick, especially in the year 12 and 13, to the previous results, but the green region Southwest skyrockets compared to the year 2011. The second exercise, calculate the year-over-year sales difference for months, which means we need to compare the value from January 2012 to value of the January 2011, but don't show it as a percentage, but as a difference. So let's try to insert a new pivot table. Let's place the order date as usually on rows, and let's remove quarters and order date just to keep the year and month level. Then let's place sales twice. The first one is going to be just for checking purposes, and the second one is going to be our calculation. Let's format the data better to see how big the numbers are. And right now I would like to calculate the difference between January 2012 compared to the January 2011. So right click, show values as, difference from, and we don't work on the months level because this is how you can calculate to the previous month. I want to calculate on the years level compared to the previous year we have in here, and the calculation is going to happen on the monthly level because this is the lowest detail of the pivot table. We get the difference minus 86k. We can compare that once again by doing the calculation. In here, for the first time during this course, you will see get pivot data function, which we will discuss later, but still we can easily check the results too, and you can see it's correct. Exercise number 3 within this lesson, calculate the year-over-year percentage change but on a quarter level, but for the 2014 only, and show it on a column chart. Within this exercise, I will show you another technique when working with the date hierarchy. Create your own hierarchy in the new column. So we've got the year, we can create also the quarter column. How to get the quarter from the date? We can take, for example, the month coming from the date and divide it by 3. And before doing so, we need to round everything up with 0 at the end. This is one of the options to calculate easily the quarter of the year. And right now I'm going to introduce a new pivot table. I need to refresh the data source because I've just added the new columns, and right now I can use them as normal fields without the need to use the auto-grouped hierarchy, which is for me even more flexible. Then let's have a look on the sales. These are the amounts we want to analyze, but we want to calculate the year-over-year change between the quarters. So show values as, % difference from, base field, year, base item, previous. And the second part of this exercise, show it on a column chart. Quite simple. Insert column chart and then show the data only for the year 2014. And this is where obstacles begin, because if you try to filter just the year 2014, the whole chart remains empty because the pivot table in the current filter context, so in the data source we've just filtered, doesn't have anything from previous years, so this calculation cannot be completed. So let's concentrate just on 2 years, 2013 and 2014, and you will see it's working a bit better. If you place year to columns, it's going to highlight the years by the color, but we don't need this. It's going to always compare just the last year. And the last thing, to make the columns symmetric, let's format the data series and make the series overlap. One for the year 2013 that we don't see will overlap the year series for the year 2014. And at the end we can apply a title to this chart. This is the year-on-year percentage change by quarter, 2014 versus 2013. The fourth sub-exercise, show changes in the ranking of regions over the years. Let's start by inserting a new pivot table. We can place years on rows, sales on values, and the region field on columns. These are the results of our regions, but we are actually not interested in the sum of sales itself, but on the ranking. Who's number one, who's number two, and we would like at the end also to visualize this ranking over time. So let's look for the correct options under show values as, and there is one that might be useful in such cases: rank largest to smallest. This is what we would like to do. The base field for us is not the year, this is the region, because we would like to rank the regions to each other. And you will see right now that, for example, in the year 2014, central region was number one. We can check that by comparing the numbers in here. Once again, to see that this is certainly the case, 2.2 million compared to the other regions in here. So this is what we really would like to reach. And right now we can concentrate just on the data visualization. We can create a line chart with markers. Then we can format a bit the y-axis on the left to show values in the reverse order. This is how you make the first region, like the central, appear on top of everything. And at the end we can look for a specific style. In this case, style number 2 will highlight the place the region takes. So if we even remove the grid lines, you'll have a nice visualization of the ranking change over time. In the 7.5 exercise, we saw a few examples of running total. One of them was for the year level, one of them was for the month level in every year, and the last one was for the day level. But there was no way to easily create the running total to aggregate the data on months and present just 12 months for every year. So this is what we are going to do right now. And to make it easier for us, we will once again create new fields in here, like for example 4 times the year and twice the month column that will allow us to easily order the data in this specific scenario. So we will calculate the year coming from the order date, then we will have a minus which will separate the year from the month, and at the end we want to have a text coming from the month number, but this month number should always contain 2 digits that we can enforce at the end of the formula. After hitting enter, you can see May 2012, May 2011, everything is fine in here. And right now we can create a new pivot table, refresh to make those new fields available, and place this new year and month combination on our rows and sales on our values. And right now, if we create the show values as running total within this field, it's quite easy to spot. We will reach what we wanted.